All right, we are live. Welcome back, everyone. Jaybone here for Smash This Podcast. It's a late on a Monday, so we're gonna talk some Slammiversary updates and whatever else pops up. We could talk some rumors about some some new faces, maybe on a certain brand, maybe. Let's do this. It's a Jabronsky Hefferino. I love my crew. I really do. I do. I love my crew. But somebody snuck into my studio and did this. And did this. And I got a feeling I know who it is. Certain scumbag. Um so yeah, I'll have to I'll have to I'll have to get him back sometime. Let's jump in the chat here real quick before we start talking some topics. Terrence Sullivan, what is up? Critical Sting. So I just looked at Leo Rush's Instagram. Oh, we were gonna talk some Leo Rush on Instagram. Yeah. See, what happens in 20 days, Leo? We all know what's happening in 20 days. So if we just trust me. If you follow him on Facebook or you follow him on Instagram, go look at basically it's a redo of a promo. Yeah, see, here we go. Talking about his career so far and ended with a thank you. You took the words. There you go. He did it all right there. Just read that. It's exactly what he did. Countdown timer is similar to what EC3 did with the timer. The same but different, And the timer ends on Slammiversary. So yeah, it's a pretty much a dead giveaway, but I'm excited. I've liked Leo Rush for years. Controversy aside from what happened over the course of the last 2 years with him, he went through some psychological stuff. Hakeem Fullerton's in here. We'll talk more about it in a second. Mr. Frets, what is up? Race's beer can, yes. In fact, Mr. Frets just put out something earlier today, podcast wise, and I shared it on the Twitter box. Go give that a listen. It's on my to-do list while I'm between stuff. I'm gonna check that out tomorrow, bro. All right. Was good, but speaking of good brothers, apparently Impact signed them to a contract for reports are to be believed. We'll talk about that too. Oh, excuse me. I drove all the way from Canada. Oh my goodness. Feels so unpredictable and I love it. Yeah, it's unpredictable and it's, there's a couple things. It's like, okay, I think we're going to get this guy. I think we're going to get that guy. But, how everyone's going to get involved is still completely unknown. So, yeah, it's very, very cool. Don Callis has been bagging free agents since April 15th. Yes. bro. We're going to talk about Papa Vince in a little bit. Some big news that we did the official break today. You're down. All right. Zach, what is up? Pound. Swaka fan. Kyle, Specials Podcast is awesome. You never fail me, bro. Get lost if we ever end up seeing Leo versus Chris Bay. Dude, they're going to the building's going to explode. The roof is going to come off. And it's not an exaggeration. Good brother. I swear, if they signed Dwayne Gill, please refresh my memory on who Dwayne Gill is again. That sounds very familiar. What's up, Smash City? I'm working on that. Oh, Gilbert? Oh, no, dude. No. I'm not even worried about that. Dude, if James Storm shows up, I'm going to be so happy. Seriously. I love James Storm. And I appreciate him even more now because I'm doing the throwbacks and I'm seeing his early days that I never saw before. So it's all just watching that lightning in a bottle with Harris is just it's just so much fun. Sorry about you. I'll stop. AMW reunion, please. Yes. Oh, excuse me. Eugene Evans, you friggin' legend, dude. No. Not legendary yet. Not yet. I've been at this for a while. Not yet. But thank you. You always call me that, and I love you for it. Oh, you not seen AMW? I've always seen the highlights. In fact, that first penny pay-per-view, they showed they showed the whole thing. I mean, that goes back almost 20 years. So, or I don't know, 15? No, between 15 to 20 years. So it goes back a ways. It's real fuzzy. But that penny pay-per-view is what made me a fan. And it was like right on the border of the pay-per-views and the TV deal. It's I don't know exactly when it was. I'd have to look up dates, and I tried looking up when they put that out, or to see if it's actually, if the one penny pay-per-view is actually someplace to view it. I can't find it. It's basically a highlight of the last 2 years of the pay-per-views. So, but someday, hopefully, I don't even know if it went out on DVD. I know a guy in production at Impact Wrestling. I wonder if he could help me. I'll have to tug on Kevin Martin's ear, see if it can help her brother out there. All right. What are the updates I just got here? Well, the chat burned through all of them already, so I was just like 2 sips into my beer, and we're going to say goodnight. No, I'm kidding. All right, so Gettysburg, what is up, dude? Yeah, man, dude, there's so many possibilities. Seriously. We're going to do a little, let's see here. Where the hell did I? Come on. There it is. Okay, so open with, come on, where are you? There we go. Sorry, sometimes it takes me a second to remember how to not do this. All right, so this is the biggest update that dropped today as far as Slammiversary news. We got a new match. Now, I've seen mostly positive opinions on this. I was a little, I don't want to say let down because I love all the knockouts. I think all the fans want something different, but the fact that we're getting all of these girls in here is still exciting. Okay. It's still exciting to me. It's still the potential to have the tag championships happening. Okay. Yes, Rosemary is in there. Totally. Lots of ladies here. We got Nevaeh in the back. We got Rosemary. We got Susie. We got the girl on fire, Kiera Hogan, Taya front and center. New girls, lots of new girls on the right here. We got Tasha Steeles in the back, Alicia Edwards, we know her. Kimberly, Kylie Ray, and Havoc over here, Jessica Havoc. So that's 10 girls. 10 girls. Now, that's like all the current knockouts is from what I can think off the top of my head. We don't really need any more than that, but I'm sure it's not going to end there. Very excited about this. This is for the number one contender knockouts gauntlet match. But now what's interesting here it says number one contender. Now, I don't want to read too much into this. Everyone thinks it's for the Knockouts Championship. It doesn't say that, does it? But I just thought of that. It says number one contender, Knockouts Gauntlet match. Does not say what it's for. You got 10 girls here. That's 5 tag teams. So you got and they spread them all over the place to make you think it's the knockouts, but it actually could be. It could be like a last minute thing they just announce and they just quick throw the teams together. You'd have Taya and Havoc. You have Nevaeh, Taya and Rosemary, my bad. Taya, Rosemary, Nevaeh, Havoc, Kylie and Susie, Kiera, Hogan, and Tasha Steeles. Now, the only two that are left here are Alicia Edwards and Kimberly. How do you feel about them being a tag team? I think it's all right. I'm not jumping up and down about it, but I think it's all right. Polar Family says Evilise is one I'd like to see in AEW. I keep seeing her name brought up. No one's... Dude, since the demise of Lucha Underground, no one has gone after her. And there's got to be a bigger picture here that that people aren't talking about, that certain people know about. Obviously, somebody knows about this. if no one's hired her? So, yes. Yeah, Deonna Purrazzo is facing Jordan for the Knockouts title. That was made official. We're also getting Chris Bay versus Willie Mack. And then we've got the championship match, which is a little in flux right now. Right now it's a 3-way. I had someone talk to me earlier. They're like, I hope you don't talk about Tessa tomorrow night. It's like, okay, we're not going to just not talk about her. Everyone knows, unless you've been hiding underneath a rock, you know what's going on with her. It's been out there. It's known. Everything's known. But the thing is, it's that championship. So if the state of the championship is addressed and they insert something into the show, because they've been re-editing everything, guys. I talked to Kevin Martin tonight. I just gave him a quick little message, send him some love. Like, hey, I know you guys are working your asses off. We're really enjoying it. I've heard nothing but positive. So just, keep up what you're doing, just because these guys are busting their ass, considering everything going on. Suspensions, you got shows done in the can. You got to go back in and edit shit, add shit, delete shit, dub audio over stuff, make sure it all flows. Now, as much as these guys love their job and you're proud of what you do, could you imagine being like, hey, you got to get this done in the next 24 hours? Chop, chop. Oh my God. I couldn't even imagine. It's crazy, So, yeah. So there's your updated card. I did read, you know what? Let me see if there's an article real quick. Hang on. I did read another piece of information, and then I got something that kind of ties with that. Goes with the news here. Here we go. It is. Okay, because I saw the article. I didn't know if there was a press release to go along with it on. Here we go. This is from, you can go to impactwrestling.com. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it's a press release on updates on their worldwide expansion. Impact Wrestling channel expands into 17 Latin American countries on Pluto TV, LATAM. The popular Impact Wrestling channel expands into 17. Okay, so that's the headline. The Latin American channel will feature new and exclusive Spanish language content specifically created for the platform. Isn't that awesome? I love it. That's great. That's just, that's part of, it's the worldwide expansion and get more fans. So congrats to them on that. That's awesome. So here we go. Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Uruguay, Venezuela, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico. This is wild. That's why you keep that relationship with AAA, because it just helps, It's good relationships, good vibes, everything. Trent told me today, and we'll talk a little TNI news on here too, because I know a lot of you guys go back and forth between my channel and over there, and it's tremendously appreciated. It's never not appreciated. Trust me. Trent dropped some news on me that Total Nonstop Impact was charting in Dubai, Arab Emirates. It's that little country that's like right on the same peninsula as Saudi Arabia. It's like the northeast corner, Dubai. It's where that one scene from one of the last Fast and Furious movies was, where Ronda Rousey was kicking ass in a red dress and they were flying buildings. Jiminy Christmas. They were flying cars across buildings and shit like that. That's Dubai. If you know the series, you know what I'm talking about. So we were charting number 31 over there. And I'm like, if we're charting number 31, there's got to be a decent amount of people over in that area of the world watching Impact Wrestling. They're not just going to pick little old us out of a hat and be like, hey, let's watch these guys. So, yeah, that was just blew my mind. Crazy. Other big news for T&I, if you saw the posts earlier today, we talked a little bit about it on the last couple shows on Total Nonstop Impact, but not everybody watches the Throwback and not everybody watches the Impact Weekly. So the official press release went out today for us, the announcement that we are affiliated with the Russos brand now. I never thought in my 7 years of doing this that I'd have this kind of opportunity. So thankful. So, and if you guys don't know, here's the deal. So the OG channel's staying just the same. Okay. We're still doing all our shows just the same. Here's the change. Okay. Vince Russo's YouTube channel, which has a lot of subs, and we're going to appreciate that. Vince Russo's brand YouTube channel is going to get the replay. Okay. They're going to start out by getting the replay of our show, and it's going to go like a day later than when we go live. Okay. And we get a lot of replays anyways, either audio or video, but this is going to be strictly video as far as I know for now. So somewhere within the next, I'm not sure exactly what time the replay is. But we're still going live Tuesday nights, and then they're gonna put our show up on their channel somewhere within the next day. So I'm guessing Wednesday sometime. I don't know exactly when, but that is official now. So, Uncle Vince, we're on our way. I pinched myself. Just ecstatic. Just messaged him briefly earlier today. He's very excited and just thanked him for the opportunity. Can't say that enough. Just blew my mind there. All right, so for those just coming in, we'll quick go over what I talked about right at the top of the show. Mentioned it. Leo Rush went through a lot of stuff. Just put out something on Instagram, basically something he put out 2 months ago in April, right after he got let go. Promo, highlight reel, whatever you want to call it, with some inspirational hip hop music in the background. It's pretty cool, pretty badass. And the countdown clock at the end of it said 20 days. Slammiversary's in 20 days. So we can guarantee somehow, some way, Lio Rush is going to be a part of Slammiversary and join Impact Wrestling. So I don't know about you, but I am very excited about this. Super. Just go to his Instagram, go to his Facebook. His Facebook is Lionel Green. It's not Lio Rush. His Twitter's not existent. So I don't know if he's going to make a new one when he joins. I don't know. But a lot of people are leaving Twitter because it's so toxic. It really is. I'm barely on it. I was probably on there the last few days, most that I've been in a long time, just because the promotion of Vince Russo's brand stuff, we were getting a lot of love from people, so we wanted to thank people verbally, to show our appreciation. So, I've been trying to, keep up with that today. Lio in an Ultimate X match. Let's go. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Tremendous. Lots of news, lots of people talking about lots of people talking about the Good Brothers, saying that that is just about guaranteed. Of course, no one can put pen to paper yet, not officially, for another few days. In fact, officially, they can put it pen to paper. I believe it's the Tuesday before Slammiversary. So I've got a feeling that Go Home show is going to be very, very revealing. We're going to get something. We're going to get something like, oh, snap. Because we're getting all these little hints. We got the hint from Rhino. I used to have a tag team partner, and he's got kids, looks right into the camera. We got the Aces and Eights drop. We got the end of show promos with the drinks, with the hand, with the tattoo, and whatever. So we're getting all these little things. We had prior to him not being with Impact anymore, we got the Team Canada tease from Michael Elgin. I still think that is I still think it's possible we're getting some kind of Team Canada. The merch is out there, They wouldn't put that. Well, I mean, a lot of people put the nostalgic merch out, especially look at WWE. They put out nostalgic shit all the time. It's half their merch. Go look at their shop. My goodness. Just look at their art poster section. Used to be they had a couple posters in there or nothing. Now they've got 50 plus posters in there, all nostalgia plus current stuff. Oh. John Tay Brown. If I mispronounced that, I apologize. I think Elgin will be back. Well, and I've talked about this too. Certain things have to happen because he did some really horrible stuff, behaved horribly. He's going to have to take some kind of sensitivity training, something, Jaybone, LAX is rumored to come back by Conan. Conan dropped something? If you got a link or something, is that on Twitter or something? If you let me know if it's on Twitter or whatever. Oh, Polar Family says Impact is shaping up nicely. I'm hoping Elgin will get a reprieve like Sammy/Havoc seem to receive at the moment. Yeah, I mean, look, he's been nothing but a straight up great company guy. But the things you do behind the scene way real big time, with your coworkers and just the way you live your life. Like I said, if you got a hoe in every town, look, that's your business. But don't bring that kind of behavior to the locker room. People have to feel safe when they're in that locker room. Keep your personal life to yourself unless you've got a best friend that you work with that is like a brother and you're talking about them off camera in the corner somewhere. You're talking about personal shit. That's fine. But don't just sit next to someone and start whipping out your personal life and talking about asking people about their sex lives and shit. That's just wrong. What the hell, You don't do that shit. I wouldn't even think to do something like that. My goodness. I mean, that's straight up sexual harassment. This, it's either verbal or physical. It's harassment. You know. I think Elgin completely avoiding the new allegations isn't a good look. Yeah, everyone, well, I shouldn't say everyone, but several people online who have screwed up and have acknowledged their screw ups have said something. Several have, and you can look, you can take it for whatever, um, depends on how it comes off. I mean, no matter what you say, people are going to nitpick it to death and shit on it if they want to. Um, but there's there are rights and wrongs in the workplace. It can't be the freaking wild west. I saw that, Taryn. I saw that tweet. Yeah, wants to be part of the aces and eights. That'd be interesting. Well, she's one of the few knockouts in this whole crew of knockouts now that doesn't have a sidekick in a sense, So first time in this chat, just recently got on. Well, welcome. Well, welcome. And if you're digging the content and you're digging the camaraderie, in the chat, consider smashing that like button and smash that sub button. And then while you're at it, head on over to the Total Nonstop Impact podcast and sub over there as well, and Vince Russo's brand as well. Can't forget that. Got a triple promote now. I'm going to go bald. Oh, wait. Already did that. I don't get the why would you even of this stuff. My parents would have left me in recovery if I even looked at a girl sideways, and I thanked them for it. It just, everyone's got different morals, Yeah. Some people just brush it off and don't think anything's wrong with anything. And then, what are you going to do? Juggernaut 097. What is up? That's a new name here. I've not seen that one. And if it was here before, I apologize. I don't recognize it. Welcome. Raw was boring tonight. I fell asleep during the show. I barely stayed awake. I just kind of killing time, you know. First half was bad. It got better the second half. Like put it this way, like I'm digging the Bobby Lashley MVP connection, and one of my favorites was finally on. Ricochet was on. He had a match with Bobby Lashley. That was great. I missed the main event because I was setting up for this. But yeah, I mean, there was plus and minuses, but yeah, that first half was absolutely rough. Absolutely. I hear you, man. Glad you woke up for this, though. Welcome, dude. Welcome. Yeah, Bell's boy. I hear you, man. How much talking did we do over the course of that last year in dealing with all the hate and harassment and everything? And those people in that company put her up on the shoulder and said, "Hey, we'll get through this. We believe in you." And she just took it and friggin' pulled a Medusa, just dumped it right in the garbage. You know, like I get the whole wedding thing, I get that, but a there's a whole better way to go about it. How long would have it taken to cut a promo, do an interview via satellite thing, something, drop the title, have some dignity, because guess what? You don't have any now. You know, you're busy doing butt selfies with your best friend. You got time to do that. Oh, I've talked about that on here. Hashtag butt selfies. Photo shoots. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm getting ready for my wedding. Are ya? Got time for photo shoots, girly girls. Mm-hmm. You don't see me doing that, do you? No, no one wants to see my pasty white ass. I defended her reign. Ugh, I did too. I did too, man. I like that photo, by the way. That's hilarious. Now it makes me want tacos. Dang it. Can you see Johnny Swinger turning heel on Chris Bay if he wins the X title? Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Heck yeah. I wouldn't trust Swinger. Um, I love Swinger. You know, I've seen a lot of people. We've talked about it too. Sicky Dice dropped the title at NWA, free agent now. Everybody's saying, "Oh, Impact, grab Sicky Dice, stick him with Johnny Swinger. It'd be like almost like a father son thing." You know, that'd be one of the most funny things that they could put together at Slammiversary. Just a quick 2-minute bit. Oh my God, son! You know, or Ziggy Dice going up to him. Are you my dad? Dude, I would fall off my damn couch during that pay per view. I swear. Oh, excuse me. Elijah Washington says, Jaybone, do you think the gauntlet match can be for to crown a woman's mid card belt? Just saying, or tag team. That's the thing. It says number one contender. It's all it says. It does not say knockouts championship. And I literally just noticed that when I was talking about it, and I looked at the promotional picture. I had it up on the screen here, whatever, you know. You look at it, number one contender, gauntlet match. Doesn't say what for. Oh, I can't wait to drop that on the guys. Everyone just assumed it's a gauntlet match with all the women for the Knockouts Championship. Does say Knockouts in the verbiage, does not say Knockouts Championship. And there's a perfect number of ladies for tag teams. 10 women, 5 tag teams. Boom. But the situation last week was great. Oh, it was emotional. It was beer fueled. It was probably not my best, but thank you. It was Jaybone had a couple beers and was completely uncensored and 1,000% brutal honesty. And I don't do that a lot on here. I'll kick back a couple beers and I'll talk about stuff, but rarely am I that upset about here. I mean, I even practically cussed out people on here that I've been friends with for years on here. I didn't take nothing that night. Probably lost a couple friends, probably lost a couple subs. It happens. You know, it's the price you pay for being honest on here. When you have a platform and you have the ability to do something on here, that's the price you pay. You win some, you lose some. I've been doing this for 7 years. I did a count once a while back when you see like how many subs you've gained, but it also shows over X amount of years how many you've lost. It's interesting. Jaybone is overthinking. Only when there's a couple extra brain cells in his head. Is there another reason why TNA sometimes can't be taken seriously? Tessa shaking my head. Yeah, you know, and it's, you know, people believe what they want to believe. They read what they want to read. And and a lot of people just go that don't pay attention to Impact Wrestling because they think it's a joke still. They just don't know. They don't know how good the storytelling has been. They don't know how good the roster's been. They don't know how good the wrestling has been consistently over the last 3 years. 3 years. Considering where it was, and they lost 75% of their roster and had to start fresh, name changes, everything, ownerships, that's rough. It's a miracle this brand is still around. But it ain't the brand it used to be a handful of years ago. Hell no. But there were positives. And that's why you're seeing a lot of TNA references, attempts to bring back certain people, start up new brands inside the company, nostalgic brands. There are positives. That's why guys like Trent and I do the weekly NWA TNA throwbacks. Because those first Wild Wild West shows at the infancy of this company, I've seen a lot of wrestling. Okay, I'm 46 years old, young. I'm 46 years young, and you know, and half the time I can't remember week to week what I saw. But I'm having a blast watching these throwbacks and seeing the birth of this company and where it started and the stars of yesterday that have carried on to today and beyond. Guys like AJ Styles. It's just blowing my mind seeing a young AJ Styles. And he's really no different today. He's just as cocky. The stuff he did against Undertaker, phenomenal, you know, and then seeing his 18 years prior, cocky and wanting that first TNA championship in 2003, psh, it's gold. It's so gold. It ain't even funny. Polish says NXT is rubbish. Yeah, I still got favorites on there, you know? I don't watch it on a regular basis anymore. I just don't have it in me to do it because I'm too busy just trying to keep this going, working with producing TNI. Now we're with Russo's brand, so there's more. Well, it's more internal changes, you know. We're not changing. It's like, okay, just the look of the show was going to change a little, you know, logos and branding and stuff like that. That'll change. We're not changing, you know. Russo didn't talk to us behind the scenes and say, we like you, but now, you know, he's not going to WWE us down, okay? He's not going to do that. You know, he brought us in because he likes us, so. The Hogan era ruined my childhood. All right, which Hogan era? Because he's had a few. There's the 80s, there's the 90s, the NWO, there's the TNA one. And I know you're like half my age or something, aren't you? Something like that. Or younger. So you got to tell me which Hogan era. The TNA Hogan. You're so funny. No, it's okay. It's okay. No, I know. A lot of people didn't like. I mean, there were pros and cons. Tyron Hunt, hi. Welcome. You got a big hi from Jaybone. What's up? TNA was my show back in the day. Still is. But that's when the real hate came to the brand. I hear you. You know, it's every company's gone through its ups and downs. I hear you, dude. I hear you. Rewatch the Hogan heel turn. The promo earlier still holds up. The NWO stuff, yeah. You know, and it was just after that when I started watching wrestling again. About 20 years ago. It was like late 90s, just before 2000. A lot of crazy stuff happened then because I was WCW. When I started watching wrestling again, I was all WCW. All right, so we're just talking all over the place now. Oh, here we go. Moose has been teasing the new belt. I think they trash Tessa's and have the unified Impact / TNA title. Yeah, it could be. Could be. He has been teasing it. He teased it again today, didn't he? It's like a white belt with gold. I can't think of what the buttons. I'll just say buttons, snaps, whatever. Yeah, man, white belt. I like it. It's good for women to build new feud. Ty is there, and Susie and Kylie Ray potential. Turn on Susie. Oh, that's interesting. Like a heel turn for Kylie? Is that what you're saying? It's hard to see, but you never know. Jaybone usually is. Lollipop emoji. Those are just dum-dums. Don't believe the hype on the CBD lollipops. But if you know where I can find some, let me know. What can save the pay-per-view with all the allegations? The talent that's left. The talent that's left is solid, man. The knockouts are going to knock it out of the park. Pardon the pun. And by the way, welcome. Levanta Johnson. Welcome. The nostalgia hype is also going to, because a lot of faces are going to come back to the company. How many, we don't know yet. But there's a lot of teases out there. Bully Ray's teasing. James Storm hasn't necessarily been teasing, but he's been recognizing Impact Wrestling posts and reposting stuff like, oh, I remember that event. That was a lot of fun. Stuff like that. EC3s, of course, him did stuff. The only one that people have been talking about that we haven't seen a lot from as far as nostalgia is Eric Young. I don't think we've seen anything publicly even hinting from Eric Young. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is Sammy on the pay-per-view card? Yeah, he's going to be. We've been talking about, we talked about that last week. When well, because there's a feud between Shamrock. Damn it, I always forget Shamrock's name. I don't know why. Don't grow old, kids. It sucks. I say that all the time. No, hopefully if you do, you got just more brain cells than me. When Shamrock got attacked by the tag champs, that was the start of something. And right before that, what happened with Shamrock? He had that feud. I shouldn't say had, was having. I don't think it's done. Or was in the midst of, however you want to put it. He was in the midst of a feud with Sami Callihan. But then all of a sudden this tag thing happened. So when Shamrock got attacked, I was jokingly saying during the watch along, by the way, we do watch alongs on the Twitch Total Nonstop Impact Podcast channel. You can watch right along with us. It's usually me and whoever else feels like popping in from the crew. You never know. You never know. I never know. I just launch it and say, okay, here's the link, guys. Hope somebody shows up with me. You know? No, that's not a knock on them. I just, I jokingly say that. But yeah, he's and when Impact Wrestling replayed that segment from last week, a few days ago, Sami Callihan retweeted it as in with the sideways eyes emoji, like watching. That's a hint. That's a hint if you didn't catch that. Because I joked and said, oh, where's Sammy? Why isn't Sammy showing up? I was jumping the gun. If they're having a feud, why is he helping him? I was jumping the gun. But the eyeball thing, that's because even though Sammy don't like Ken, he respects him. Down deep inside, he totally does. So watch for that. Pasta Mania. I saw something up here. What did I see? From John Tate Brown. Jaybone, what do you think of You meant Primo. Primo and Epico. I like them. There's a couple other free agents that don't get talked about. They're busy. They're busy down in. I think they're from Puerto Rico. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know that's where they were working prior to all this stuff going on. I don't think they've been back to the States in a long time, honestly, as far as I know. I like them. I always thought they were a good tag team. Had horrible gimmicks. Some people called it racist. I called it, some of it was throwback stuff. I was like, hey, it reminded me of Tito Santana. You know, they're not They're not young bucks anymore. They're not young anymore. So, you know, yes, this emoji. That's exactly what Sammy was doing. Bart Gunn. There's a name out of the past. With aces and eights coming back, I hope Impact doesn't overdo it like they did before. Well, yeah, they had a lot of no-name guys in there that people just didn't know. Like at the time, Garrett Bischoff was in there, but he wasn't really doing anything. He had the name, but he wasn't anybody prominent. Briscoe was in there. Can't think of his first name. He was in the prior version of NXT, which was Florida Championship Wrestling, FCW. And then he was a tag champ in there. It's Gerald Briscoe's son. Wes Briscoe. Thank you. Appreciate it, Critical. We got a fly in here? Great. Get out of here, fly. Shoo, fly. Don't bother me. And don't go on my beer. What the hell was I saying? Oh, yeah. Caretaker, what's up, man? Testing the youngins now. Hey, if anybody's into like classic horror movies, go to this guy's channel. This guy puts them out like every week, something like that. He always puts out a classic one. Strike Force, dude. I love Strike Force back in the day, dude. Superfly. Yeah, it sounded pretty big. I don't know how big it was, but it sounded pretty big. But Murderfly. What the heck, dude? But yeah, there was a lot of names in there that just were they kind of overdid it a little. But it was a biker gang. You don't have like 3 people in a biker gang. You have 3 people in the NWO. Oh wait, that's a horrible example. That was like 20 people after it was done, wasn't it? Sorry, my math is a little off. Hey, you deserve it, dude. You're putting out some fun stuff. It's a unique thing, I mean, there's like all the stuff that like barely makes it today, but if you want to see where all this stuff started from, the original stuff from God, almost 100 plus years ago. Not quite. Some of it's pretty old. 80 and earlier, 80 years ago. Go check it out. Yeah, and Briscoe's in great shape. I gotta say that. I saw pictures of him recently. He wrestled for that the Ring Warriors, that Vegas show I reviewed a couple of years ago. He lasted 1 season on WGN, and then they went bye-bye. Unfortunately. God, there was a lot of good people on that show. Some of them went to the NWA because a lot of that stuff is based in the West Coast, But Chico Santana was the man. Juggernaut says, I've been going back watching old pay-per-views on Impact Plus. Nice. And reviewing them on your channel. Nice, dude. There you go. Awesome. Good for you, dude. Crazy to see how much it changed throughout the years, like with NWA to now. It doesn't look the same today. No, I mean, the stuff from the NWA, the brand itself, they're trying to. It's tough, Corgan's got an appreciation for the nostalgia, so he's trying to take today's current product and put a nostalgic spin on it And I really dug it at first, but then, some people inside the brand just really tanked it for me. And I lost interest real quick. I took a couple breaks here and there. And when I came back, I just had zero get up and go to go check it out again. And now they're not even doing shows. They're not even doing empty arena shows. The brand's just going away. And you got all these former Impact Wrestling people on the brand that are all whitey and shit, like Eli Drake. That does not help your brand growth. There's a right way and a wrong way to do that. Billard Harris, what is up? Sorry I'm late to the party again. Do you think with Anderson and Gallows signing with Impact, do you think they can repair the relationship between Impact and New Japan Pro Wrestling? That is a tremendous question. I've seen articles talk about it, Look, if for those of you who don't know, the rumor, there's no official nothing. Can't say nothing official yet until the week before Slammiversary. That's when everybody's contracts are up for 90 days and blah, 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 blah. Impact is supposedly, I say supposedly because I like to think it's true, but it's sometimes some stuff is too good to be true. But we'll say for now we're crossing our fingers in a positive light. They're saying that Impact Wrestling has offered good contracts to the Good Brothers, Machine Gun, Carl Anderson, and Doc Gallows, or Luke Gallows. I don't know what they'd go by, honestly. It's been a few different things over the years. The Good Brothers. And that they would have the option to go wrestle in New Japan when the travel stuff opens up. When the opportunity knocks, and if it's there, they have permission to go. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. And a lot of people are hoping that with that happening, it will help repair the damaged relationship from New Japan and Impact Wrestling. And I think, in my opinion, it's one way. Has been for years. I'm sure Impact Wrestling would love to work with New Japan. New Japan just don't want it. But now more than ever, well, it's going to be a while. Let's not kid ourselves. It's going to be a while. The Good Brothers obviously want to work for a company where they at least have the option. I'm sure AEW, now I want A&W, root beer, and a burger and a hot corn dog. Dieting sucks, I'm telling you. Because you just want everything 10 times more. AEW, I'm sure, would give them the option. But honestly, I think there's less of a chance of AEW working with New Japan as Impact is. Because I think there's still a lot of, hey, all you guys left us. Why are we supposed to work together? Can't blame them. New Japan thing and Impact Wrestling was like, what, upset over the use of one guy? Maybe two? I wasn't watching much then, I'm sorry. So. Levanta says Rosemary needs to be repackaged. Well, she has changed a lot over the years. If you look back at all the different inceptions and the paint stuff, this current one is the most unique. Because what she had before a handful of years ago, it was crazy weird. You know, it was the disturbing. So, okay, like how crazy Steve looks now. That's how Rosemary looked back then. It was disturbing. It was just kind of caked on and weird and good. You know, scary. This one, she's got everything very drawn on carefully, and it's almost a goth glam look. You know, so she has evolved. But I hear you. She's so to me, she's so good at what she does, you know? Bully Ray reinvented himself so well during Aces and Eights, even got in better shape. Yeah, he dropped what I saw an interview recently with him and Chris Van Vliet. He said he dropped like 100 pounds or something. He dropped a ridiculous amount of weight. And he was great as champ. He really was. Here, NXT UK is getting canceled. Wouldn't mind Andrews coming back to the X division. Yeah, if that does happen, it's going to be a while. I don't know. I mean, I heard a lot of names in the UK getting slammed for accusations. Um, I haven't not seen a lot of details, so I can't talk on it too much. It's not fair to. Um, but Andrews was tremendous, and I don't know if he's one of those guys that got canned because of the accusations. I don't know. So I think the whole NXT UK thing is a work in progress till they figure out who's guilty and not guilty. That's going to be a while. Too happy at first when Magnus and Doug Williams won the IG without their permission. Oh, yeah, I suppose that would ruff some feathers. Yeah, you got to communicate that kind of stuff. Can't just have random people taking belts. Oh, we talked about that. Sex demon. Yeah, she's sucking souls now. She's a sexy succubus. Say that 10 times real fast. Nothing will bring Ace Styles back to Impact in any way, shape, or form. But hey, and again, who knows? Yeah, he's going to retire with WWE. Within the next handful of years, I'm guessing. Do I think Joey Styles is coming to Impact? I don't know. There's so many names floating around. I liked Joey Styles. I know he went away for a while because he did some kind of political promotion and people frowned on it or something. I don't know. I don't remember the details. I like him. I never wanted him to go away. Thoughts about Impact Management and Double J going to court tomorrow? Oh, that is tomorrow, isn't it? It's the 30th. I don't know how long that's going to drag out. Might get dismissed. I have no idea. Jeff's trying to get his shit back. I don't know why Impact didn't just give it to him. Obviously, Jeff getting kicked out of the company. Look, there's stuff in the documents, in the details of this case that we don't know. We can pretend to be like, oh, we know everything because we read everything. No, we don't. We're not the lawyers. We're not the people in the case. We don't know. And they're only going to report on what they're told. And I'm sure there's plenty they're not getting told. The sheets, I mean, So we're not going to find out until late tomorrow, if anything. The opening discussions of, I really hate court shit. It's just ugly. Whatever happens, I just hope it finally ends, you know. Whatever happens, I highly doubt anything's going to be held in a negative light towards Impact Wrestling, or not much of any. Impact fans are just going to be like, would you just go away, you know? With your Global Force Wrestling. I mean, look, I got no negative things to say about Global Force Wrestling. I had a blast at the one show I went to. There you have it, you know, and that review is still on this channel. Eddie Edwards joined Aces and Eights. I mentioned that. Give Eddie more seriousness to him. Alicia join him. Alicia can become the Miss Tessmacher to Bully Ray, right? Yeah. I mean, you know, one of the options. I think I said the other night. I said, what if the Good Brothers show up and help Eddie win? A lot of people think that'd be a safe thing to have happen company wise, is if Eddie won. You know, what if they helped a young guy like Ace Austin win? He's already got the muscle. He's already got Madman Fulton in his corner. The odds are certainly with him. Yeah, Trey's got the Rascals, but there's been some dissension there. Thanks to Ace. All these little things happening. It's still exciting. But yes, I could see that happening. I mean, you know, Eddie's already got a rough look. So. I like the segment between Maximum Champions, Drew and Asuka, Ziggler, Bailey, and Sasha. Yeah, that's the only thing I didn't watch was the main event. I watched everything in the second. I watched the whole show with the exception of that because I was setting this up. So you liked it? Okay. Sounded like there was a lot of action going on in the other room. I just didn't watch it. Who takes Tessa? No one's taking Tessa. She's getting married soon. She don't want to go anywhere. That's why she's beltless. I mean, she has no compete clause, so she could show up, which would be really shitty, in my opinion. Oh, you can't do all this stuff for your company and leave the right way. It's throwing some hints about a guy from Dangerous Alliance. Where did he do that? I thought I watched the last video. There wasn't one last week. There was one before. Like on Twitter, is he doing that? Just going through the chat here because I really don't have any other topics, but I'll answer your question. Oh, we're over an hour now. I'll go an hour and a half for you guys, as long as I can come up with some more stuff. Gary Rossetti, late to the party. I did not know you were on. Neither did I. Someone handed me a beer and a microphone and said, "Here you go." But Jaybone ain't Impact is working with Scott the More comedy and the all Canadian. It's funny. I like it. I want them to bring back Team Canada. Tessa, MLW, here's your chance. It's about I would think it's about the only one. Okay, and here's the argument I always say. Who needs Tessa the most? Does WWE need Tessa the most? No. Does AEW need Tessa the most? No. Who needs a women's division? MLW. MLW has one woman on their roster page. If you have Tessa, you have two. So, yes, as far as argument-wise, who needs her the most? It's MLW. MLW said last summer when they came to Milwaukee, hey, we're building a women's division. It's now been a year later. COVID crap aside, you still don't have a division. There's plenty of women out there. Get on it. Makes you wonder why. Why aren't there women in the company? You know, is it because of guys like Cornette were around too long? It scared women away. Tessa ended up signing with AAA to be close to her husband. Well, she has. I think she's got a contract with them. I mean, because she was wrestling for them last year still. Back and forth between tapings. She had another rivalry with Taya, because then Taya's champ now too down there, I think. Is the world title cursed? Yeah, we've had that discussion too. Yeah. Yeah. Seems everyone who has it quits or something. Impact Wrestling there's so many pros and yet cons. People have used it as a stepping stone to better their career. But as soon as they've gained that relationship, they didn't want to stick around and further it. They were tempted by other things, which is understandable. LAX is a perfect example. They're family guys. They've got families. They needed a better opportunity. There was nothing else for them to do in Impact Wrestling. They were in the company for between 2 to 3 years and absolutely destroyed themselves doing it. And they left on great terms. That was one of the better ways champions had left, or former champions had left, you know. Johnny Impact's another good one. Cage was awkward. You know, he was injured, and then there were all the rumors and everything. That didn't help. So, yeah, there's been a lot of pros and cons. I think there's been more cons than pros, though, unfortunately. But they're in a perfect position now to fix things. Calvin Morgan, what is up, dude? I haven't seen you in a year in a while. Yeah, seriously. You want to see some great classic movies, some classic spooky movies? I'm not going to say horror movies because, I mean, back then they were horror movies, but, you know, I'll just call them spooky compared to today. Go check out the Caretaker's stuff on his channel. Yeah, they're the spine-chilling cinema. That's it. He's kind of like a Svengoolie type character, if you know who that is. AEW had two of the top females, Statlander and Baker, get injured. Plus her dad is there. Yeah, that's well, you know, considering how she left Impact, just remember she doesn't have just one dad, she's got two dads to chew her ass. So just remember that. Been working. Good, man. Hope you're staying safe. That's good, man. Good. Millard Harris says, I wonder who's going to replace Elgin if Team Canada comes back. I think Davey Boy Smith Jr. would be a great addition. Don't know if he's free agent Still works for MLW. As far as I know, he's still under a multi-year deal with MLW. He and Brian, oh God, Team Canada, not Teddy Hart. Although Teddy Hart does need a job, but he's under house arrest in Virginia, I believe, right now. Dang it. You subbed. Thank you, man. Thanks. Get a 2 sweet from Jaybone. And a pound. And a cheers. Wait, that's empty. I'm not going to crack a new one, though. It's too late. We'll pop open a lollipop. There we go. That's the other gimmick, bro. Big Swole said it best. Tessa would get owned by her dad in AEW, liberally paraphrased. Yeah, I hear you. Slingshot into a belly to belly? What? I missed something. Oh, he resigned? Okay. Thank you, Bell's boy. I didn't hear anything. I've been so far away from. I used to review MLW stuff on a regular basis last year and the year before, 2018 and 2019, and then I just got away from it. And it became kind of personal because I would put my reviews on the MLW fan page, but it's run by MLW people. And they would allow it for a while, and it was getting some views. It was getting some attention. And then I took a break, and I came back, and I tried putting the reviews back on the channel, and they wouldn't allow it. And I tried starting a conversation with the people on the channel, the admins, like, hey, you know, did I do something? Did I say something? Is someone personally upset at me? Can we start the conversation? No one would converse with me. So it kind of pissed me off. Like, wow, you know, no one else on YouTube is talking about MLW. At least I don't think anybody is. And I was putting it over pretty good. And now you're going to shut out the one guy that was reviewing your shit. Well, that's just bad PR in my opinion. Plus, for whatever reason, they won't return to Milwaukee. Why? Because Jim Cornette had a bad experience, damn it. Oh, he's not even with them no more. So I don't know. I don't know why. There's a billion places around southeastern Wisconsin you could hold a show. It's going to burn out Chi-Town. It's stupid. It's too much going on in Chi-Town. Got to spread out. Spread the love, baby. Wondering if there's still a partnership between Impact and AAA Lucha Libre, especially since AAA has been palling around with AEW and MLW lately before the world stopped. Yeah, I think so. Because of specific people like Daga who are under a multi-year contract. Conan's still with the company too. Conan helps facilitate Impact Wrestling's doing a couple dates a year down in Mexico City or wherever it is down there. I think it's Mexico City. So he's like the go-between guy, and he's still a mainstay backstage and a booker, I guess you could say, at AAA. I don't know exactly what his title is right now, but so there you go. I mean, I'd like to assume it still is, but it's going to be quite a while before you see anything happen again. Perfect example. The show that AAA had in the show that AAA had in New York, they used Impact Wrestling's license. That's why you saw so many Impact Wrestling people on the show. Playing Madison Square Garden, not bad, right? I don't care if it was another level of Madison Square Garden. Still Madison Square Garden. Okay. The building is historical, period. Brian Pillman Jr., thank you. Noticed it like 5 minutes later. Couldn't think of who the other guy was in there. Thank you. He's another hot commodity. A lot of people looking at him. But I think Eric Young is a shoe-in for Team Canada. He could run it with Scott D'Amore. Scott D'Amore come back with the jersey. The jersey. Waving a flag. Because you don't see him too much. Very rarely an authority figure on TV, which is good. It's refreshing, you know. All right, a few more minutes. We'll get out of here. Everybody's got some last minute questions. We'll talk. Su Yang needs to shine. This whole scary girl undead thing. It's getting boring. You don't like the Susie thing? Okay. I think it's terrifying. I think the music, the thing with Susie is I think how unpredictable it is. You never know when she's going to crack and become Su Yung. That's why I like it. But I hear you. It's not everyone's cup of tea. I get it. Vikingo? Yeah. Well, hopefully, when things open up again within the next year, they can get him up here more. Get a couple tours out of him, some X Division stuff. Who knows? Guy's hot. Wasn't A1 Scott D'Amore's company? They did something with him. He came back to the company for something within the last couple of years. I don't remember what it was. But he was one of the he's one of the guys that they don't talk about much. But yeah, he was a lot of fun. I barely remember him, but I remember putting him in my games when I made Team Canada back in the day. The old SmackDown PS2 games I had. Hell yeah. Made all Team Canada. Man, that was so much fun. Put all the classic TNA guys in my SmackDown game and do all the fantasy booking and stuff. Oh, so much fun. I've gotten away from video games so much. My Xbox 360 is just or Xbox One, I should say. My Xbox One is just collecting dust. I use it as a DVD player. It's a $500 DVD player. Jiminy Christmas. Bell's Boy says Conan's title is creative writer and producer. Thank you. AKA Booker. No, you're right. You're right. Technicals. Su Yung hasn't been the Undead Bride in months. Yeah, I mean, she's gone back and forth a little bit, but she's been more Susie than anything. Oops. Caretaker says, so if EC3 does come back, how do you want them to use him? Oh, he's he's great in his promos. If you see his Twitter, and he's got some stuff on YouTube too. He's another one that could be a shoe-in my opinion. I know it's kind of a reach, but he's good enough now, and he's determined. If he doesn't want to just be a single star, he could run a faction like Aces and Eights. I'm just saying it's an option. But I think he's going to be a single star. I think I think there's going to be a face-off between he and Moose, and that's going to be epic. To what exactly? But when they teased his music a couple weeks ago, oh my God, we all popped on this. The TNI crew popped so bad when he played the trouble, 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 trouble. We were like, what? We knew he wasn't going to show up. He can't legally show up yet. But the fact that they played his classic music was like, oh, Impact Wrestling, shame on you. Getting us all excited like that. EC3 shows up and runs into Moose and Eddie like, what the fuck happened to you guys? Z, that's the ZNA I keep hearing about, right? Something like that. It was a tribute show to A1 and Impact Border City Wrestling show last year. That's what it was. It was something like that. Oh, Canada. Jaybone with all these returns or debuts will lock down. How will Lockdown look or Bound for Glory? Dude, it's just the rest of the year. I mean, COVID crap aside, not touring aside, empty arena aside, the roster is just going to be jacked. There's going to be so much attention on Impact Wrestling while other brands are just like grasping at straws. Impact Wrestling's just like, oh, what are these guys doing over here? Yeah. You know, there's going to be a lot of people starting to pay attention again. It's going to be a very excited second half of the year. Trust me. And for any of your friends who don't believe it, tell them, hey, go listen to Jaybone. Right? As a gamer, I will say that games today suck. I'm glad I found emulators. I hear ya. Talk to my boy Styles about that. He's all about those. He plays all the classics. I don't know how he does it, but he buys all these little things called pies. I eat pies. He hooks them up to his computer and plays on them. Sounds messy, but hopefully Impact comes to Milwaukee, Jaybone. I think within the next 2 years, I would almost guarantee it. Hell yeah. Set of tapings, a one-off outside of Chi-Town. I don't care. Plenty of places around here that could do it. They could go to the same place that MLW did their shows. It's a great building. Holds several hundred people. MLW brought in between 700 and 800 people. That place was about, I'd say, between 80 to 90% full. You bring in Impact Wrestling, that place would sell out. Like that. MLW is still a growing brand and drew a great crowd in Waukesha. It's 10 minutes from here. I was so excited for that. Now they're never going to come back. Whatever. Your loss, MLW. All right. Anything else here? Oh, please don't put Fightful and my name in the same sentence, Hakeem. I love you, but dude. According to Fightful, run by... yeah. The Good Brothers are signed. Yeah. How about a run-in by Jaybone over that snowflake's head? Here's the thing. It's not legal yet. That's why all the articles are saying you can't put pen to paper yet. Soon as that Tuesday before the show happened, but the Tuesday before Slammiversary happens, They could sign 1,000,000 pages if they want to. They can't legally do it now. You can do all this. You can do all this. You can have all the Skypes, all the Zooms, all the talks, all the texts. Can't do none of this. Raspberry Pi. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Root for all companies, but knowing her impact was, they have a special place. You're right. Yeah, it's a rough time for everyone. Yeah. He's assigned Martin Casalis. I've been saying that since Lucha Underground's demise. He had some injuries, though, but I think he's better. I really don't know what's up with him, how far along he is. I hope he's better, but obviously there's no shows going on. But now would be a great time. Yeah. But that's the thing, we got all these free agents. Impact can't sign everyone either. Anybody excited about No Way Jose showing up? Nope, didn't think so. I shouldn't say that. I liked him, his little dance. But do I see him, being a part of this brand? No, not really. Jaybone versus Sean Ross Sapp in a podcaster on a pole match. You ever see that Friday the 13th where Jason comes up through the boat with the pole and takes the guy in? Next. Jaybone, I think I saw somewhere a Slammiversary is going to be in Nashville. Is there any other place that would be safe for them? Yes, the middle of the desert where there's no life. My backyard, nice and quiet. Lots of bunnies. It's Louise. What is up? Gallows and Ken are not signed yet because of WWE non. I think you mean Carl. Ken was with NWA, and Ken was actually supposed to show up. And Ken Anderson. Ken was supposed to show up at the NWA show in April. So I think that's a dead ringer for someone to show up to. Mr. Ken Anderson. I'm not going to scream. I don't have the energy right now. Basically a handshake deal. Yeah, like I said, this is all they're doing right now. It's all the talking. And a yes, sir, I'm in. That's about all you can do. You got it. What if Eddie Edwards is Ken Shamrock's partner against the North for tag titles at Slammiversary? Oh, he did cut that promo. That was on the social medias. A lot of people saying Sami Callihan never got that rematch with Tessa. Could be a dead ringer for putting him in that championship match. I think he should have been in there in the first place. But some people say, oh, well, he's one of those guys that really doesn't need a championship. No, you know what? Damn it, put the championship back on him. That there is no one in this company that worked harder to promote the brand, to put the brand on his damn back over the last 2 to 3 years than Sami Callihan. I don't think anybody's going to fight me on that one. Jaybone, I also heard the Good Brothers have already taped something for Impact Plus channel. That's interesting. I have not read that. I'm not going to say you're wrong. I just haven't seen it. They've been doing some, go look at their social medias. They're doing all sorts of goofy poolside drinking fun stuff. So, all right. I went way over what I was originally going to. Kurt Angle? No. Angle's back with the WWE. Angle needs to be with a place like WWE right now because he's going to get the most money because he's honestly he's a very miserable person right now. Um, that's what he said in the interview with Chris Van Vliet. He's miserable physically, and he just can't go no more. That's why he's got a backstage role. So I know a lot of people in Impact want him to show up. Did he have a great run there? Yeah, but I don't need to see him there. He can't do nothing physically, anyways. And if he's miserable, I don't want to see him on camera. I'm sorry, you know. Guy's trying to stay sober and stay off the pain pills that he was all hooked on before, and you know, I feel for him. I really do. I'm a guy that fights the aches and pains every single day. Not to his degree, I'm sure, by any means, but I get it. Trust me, I get it. All right, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you so much, everyone, for whoever stuck it out here for almost 2 hours. Jeez Louise. Germany, Christmas. Talked a lot of great topics, some updates on Slammiversary and / Impact Wrestling in general. Lots of stuff happening, man. It's an exciting time for this company, and I love talking about it, especially if I'm on here because, except for people that jump in my studio and do stuff like this. I set this up and I looked down and I was like, oh, that used to say Jaybone. So it's so goofy. Sammy deserves the belt. You're not lying. All right. So on our way out of here, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button. Sounds like we got a couple new subs tonight. Thank you so much. Much love, man. And hit that bell for notifications. Why? So let you know when more of my content hits your screen. We're out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow night on the watch along on the Total Nonstop Impact Podcast Twitch channel for the watch alongs. And then a half an hour after it goes off the air, the review from Total Nonstop Impact Podcast. Join us. Little birdie told me tomorrow night's going to be also very interesting as far as Slammiversary updates. See you tomorrow.